First off, what a play.
Wow.
What a play.
Karsten Schnurstein.
Second off, we're back.
Experienced some technical difficulties.
Due to the weather. The rain does not go well with sound equipment, but you know what does go well with the rain? A little bit of Mustang football.
Absolutely. Under these beautiful lights. And guess what? A Mustang touchdown.
Man, something's just beautiful.
Increases their lead.
Nothing happened.
Didn't see who got it. Nick Green.
Nick Green.
Number 2.
Second touchdown of the day.
Of the game. But thank you to Karsten Schnurstein setting it all up.
Yep. Big run. Kick is up. Kick is good. It's going to be 29-15. Mustangs lead by 2 touchdowns now. 44 seconds on the clock before the end of the half. Huskies going to receive the ball. Let's see if they can get some points with only 44 seconds on the clock. Each team has 1 timeout.
Again, apologize for those technical difficulties we experienced.
Happened right after the Gavin Gruder pick. Just like to say, first of all, wow.
What a pick. And then we unfortunately missed it due to the technical difficulties.
Gavin Gruder touchdown.
He's having himself a game.
Yep. And shout out to Braylon Amos, who made one of the craziest QB plays I've ever seen.
That was phenomenal.
He ran to one side, spun out of a tackle, ran laterally across the other side of the field, and ran 40 yards for a touchdown. So shout out to both teams while we've been away. Both big plays, but shout out to the Mustangs because they're currently up by 2 touchdowns.
And that's something great. You want to head into halftime, especially in a rivalry game. Technically, there is still time on the clock, but it's not looking very bright for a Northern score here.
Sean Myers going to kick. This Mustang offense.
Very good. Very good. 1 punt, I believe.
1 punt. Sean Myers kicks off.
Ooh.
It's a bit of a wobbler, but he's going to keep running.
They got to make sure to tackle.
Cameron Bates McCullough. Not usually. I bet he wasn't planning on receiving that one, but
I don't think he was.
He picked it up and he ran to the 45-yard line. Shaved about 5 seconds off the clock. Going to be 39 seconds to go. On their own 45. 1 timeout. Going to have to get some air raid offense here. Keegan McIntyre. Billy Hughes out left. Amos takes the snap. Quick throw. And this is going to be a first down to Jaden Walker. Pushed back, but originally did get the first down.
Pass by Amos complete to Walker. Schnurstein forced him out of bounds.
Is a first down for the Mustangs.
So that'll stop the clock just for a second. We'll run here.
We'll run action. Maybe they're just trying to get this half over with.
Oh, called their last timeout.
Nope, they're still trying.
Schnurstein and Calhoun.
Someone's pink. Sleeve left on the field. So, Northern going to take their final time out of this half. What do you think they're going to say in this huddle?
Definitely they're going to try and air the ball out, especially now with that being their last time out. Can't stop the clock. You want to get a first down or get out of bounds. Mustang defense should prepare for that with sub QB DB Peyton Porter. Need to expect the pass here, but as we've seen, they like the quick passes.
Don't count out Gavin Gruder. A pick and a touchdown. Tomas Lane has made tackles. Karsten Schnurstein has made tackles.
Peyton Ruthven, phenomenal game so far.
They're having a great game. Max Winchester gives it his all on that field.
Just really every Mustang down there on the D-line, they know how to get it.
Yep. Unselfish play.
Mustangs.
Wezo, sorry, forgot to mention him. He's been great this game too. As well as Danny Calhoun, just the whole Mustangs defense. Amos takes the snap, and it's going to be to Walker, but Walker is going to break free, but taken down.
That's not a first. Clock will
Not a
move.
first. Clock going to continue to move. Huskies, do they have enough time to get another play off? Amos, empty backfield, takes the snap, spikes the ball. 2 seconds to go here.
This is a long field goal.
Long.
For
Well,
high
they're not
school.
going to try field goal.
Yeah.
No way. It's touchdown or bust right now.
Yep. Send the DBs back.
Last time Amos was in this almost exact spot, he tried to throw the end zone. It was intercepted by Gavin Gruder. Let's see if he can put enough juice on it this time to get it to the end zone.
Many options for Amos to choose from.
Yep.
Lots of talent from their receivers.
It's going to be trips left, one receiver out right. Empty backfield. Amos
Low snap.
drops the snap. Flag
Flag.
on the play. We'll see what that flag is when we come after the play. Jaden Walker slips.
Guess who stopped him? Gavin Gruder.
There's a flag on the play.
Wonder what the flag is.
Illegal formation. Offense.
It's going to be a legal formation for Northern. That's the end of the half, though. Mustangs decline that penalty, and the first half will come to the end. So, as the first half comes to an end, what were the positives that you saw from each team, David, and what were the negatives that should be discussed in the locker rooms?
Positives for Portage Central. Looks like every side of the ball really clicked. Everyone's making plays, especially those running backs, that rotation of talent that they have.
Don't forget Peyton Porter with that quarterback keeper.
And Peyton Porter, there's just so much talent behind that very strong offensive line. Everything seemed to have worked for them. Only one punt on the day. Huskies, they had some good stuff. Yes, they're down, but they had a lot of promise. Braylon Amos putting the team on his back with his arm and with his legs. Some negatives for the Huskies are, the Mustangs are going to run, but you just can't stop it. That's something they need to emphasize. Linebackers, D-line, DBs step up too. Mustangs, not as many negatives. But maybe just make sure to one of our keys, keep the foot on the pedal, stay aggressive.
So, Portage Northern will receive at halftime. Mustangs up 29-15 on the Huskies. We'll be back at the half. as the first half comes to an end, David. Sorry about that. Welcome back to PCTV's coverage of Portage Central Varsity Football. The Mustangs currently lead the Huskies by a score of 29-15. Let's hope for a thrilling finish underneath the Friday night lights. But before we begin, let's revisit each team's keys to winning.
Now the halftime keys for Portage Central. One of them, in the top one, is stay aggressive. Mustangs are in the lead. They might get a little too comfortable. No, they need to keep their foot on the gas, keep running the ball, keep staying aggressive.
Yep. Then the second one is that the Mustangs have to limit turnovers. This goes right along with staying aggressive. When limiting turnovers means you're giving the other team less chances to score, so you just have to make sure you hold on to the ball, especially with these slippery conditions and the rain. You have to make sure you hold on to the ball, so that way you're not giving the other team free possessions.
And lastly, for Portage Central, it's chew the clock. You guys have the lead by 2 possessions. You want to run the clock out, not even give them a chance to try and tie it up or take the lead themselves.
And the first key for Portage Northern, they have to stay tough. Mentally, physically, any single way. Because they're down by 2 touchdowns going into this half. And they're not out of it because they get the ball at half. They're getting the ball, and they can make stops. We've seen it. So they just have to stay tough. Don't count themselves out so they can maybe win this game.
And secondly, kind of along that, don't waste possessions. Like you said, they get the ball to start the half. They really do not want to waste it. Because if Portage Central does chew the clock, your possessions are so valuable if you want to try and stay in this game.
Yep. And the third one is to, easier said than done, but stuff the run. Portage Central has gotten almost all of their offense done on the ground, whether it's Tomas Lane, Karsten Schnurstein, Nick Green, Peyton Porter keeping the ball. Aside from that Gravin Gruder touchdown, it's been all run for Portage Central. So it's going to be really important for Portage Northern to try to stop that or as much as they can because that's Portage Central's offense. So if they can stop the run, they can try to stop Portage Central.
Absolutely.
So teams warming up after the half. About to get going in about a minute, and we'll see you for kick. Let's see how this rivalry game will end. We are about to kick off for the second half here at McCamley KNIGHT Field, and I am excited. What about you, Dave?
24 minutes. Huskies got to step up. Mustangs trying to maintain their 2-possession lead.
Mustangs trying to seal their fate. Huskies trying to make it. Kickoff by Sean Myers. Northern not able to field it. They're going to have to fall on the ball on their own 35.
I like that strategy, Portage Central.
Yeah, I mean, for Portage Northern, you can't get mad at them falling on the ball because they've had some troubles on the kickoffs today with the wet conditions. So that's a safe play. I mean, we said they can't waste possessions. That's maybe you're not going to get the starting field position you want, but it's a way to not waste a possession.
No. Yep. Now this is a possession that they cannot waste.
No. Braylon Amos, backfield, takes the snap, hands it off to Vonzel Tyus. He's going to try to find some yards.
Wow.
Nowhere to go. That's going to be a nice stop for number 25, Joseph Gaiman. Thunderous hit. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Vonzel Tyus absolutely nowhere to go. The same formation. Jackson Lascarades, the halfback. Vonzel Tyus in the backfield. Lask moves to the left. Hand off to Tyus. He's going to get the first. Fall forward to get about another yard. So that's about a 10-yard carry.
Very solid run. Tyus he had the first touchdown for the Huskies, but he's been relatively quiet other than that.
So, same formation they've been running. 2 wide receivers out right. And Amos drops it to pass. Quick screen to Keegan McIntyre. But he's got room. He's to the 30, the 20, the 10. Just beats the brakes off the Portage Central defenders. And that's a Husky score.
Wow. Oh, missed tackle from the sub-defensive back, Peyton Porter, led to just a foot race.
And Keegan McIntyre made it no competition. He was gone. Once he got that ball, he accelerated, and he just ran away.
They just couldn't keep up. He's just too fast.
Coming off his 2-touchdown performance last week, 133 yards. And he just made a really big play for the Huskies that they absolutely needed. Avery Kucharski's kick is good. So, Huskies answer. That is not a wasted possession.
Not at all. Just a quick wide receiver screen.
1.5 minutes of clock wasted. So, very quick score. Gonna put the ball back in the Mustangs' hands. Let's see what the Mustangs have in this second half. If they can continue their momentum from their dominant first half.
Well, they're definitely going to run the ball more and more and more, especially try and chew the clock.
And with teams that run the ball a lot, they're not honestly great in the first half because everyone's more fresh. But as the game goes on, the second half, the third, the fourth quarter, they're grinding down that opponent. So we'll see if these Mustangs, who typically are a great second half team, they had a great first half today, but see if they can keep that second half skill.
These Huskies got to prepare. They know what's coming. But like we said, it's a lot easier said than done to stop this Mustang rush attack.
Absolutely. Avery Kucharski going to kick it. That's going to be fielded by Tomas Lane from the 1-yard line. Bounces left. He's going to get down at about the 20-yard line.
There you go.
21.
Portage Northern special teams must have talked it over at halftime because they were not that great in the first half.
They can't give up field position to start. So starting the Mustangs at their own 21, it's going to have to be a long drive. Because in the first half, whether the Huskies were letting up big returns on kicks or turning the ball over, they were giving the Mustangs some great field position to work with, and that's it's clearly seen in the score. Porter hands it off, and he's going to fall forward to about the 25-yard line. Looks like a gain of 4 for Tomas Lane.
Not a great pickup, but it's good establishing for the the drive.
Hey, if you get 4 yards on every single carry,
Mm-hmm.
that's a guaranteed first down every time. So, actually, every set of tries. It's gonna be 2nd and 6. Porter gonna take it, hands it off,
Wow.
and I'm
Number 5. Jackson.
Jackson Lascarades.
He hit the Mustang assigned to block him. He hit him so hard that he fell back into the ball carrier.
Yep, looks like forced a loss of 1. It's gonna be 3rd and 7 here. Nick Green to the sideline. Calhoun comes in for Gruder.
It's a bit of a big 3rd down here.
Really big 3rd down because Portage Central this is their statement to start the half.
Mm-hmm. It's all about momentum and building it. If you
Yep.
don't get it, you're not building that.
Peyton Ruthven out there, but they hand it off to Karsten Schnurstein, and he's going to get that first down.
There you go. Karsten Schnurstein has had some huge runs this game.
He has been absolutely crucial for the Mustangs offense today.
Yes, he has. Big 3rd down runs.
Big 3rd down runs. He had that giant run that set him up for scoring position
Mm-hmm. Set up a
with
touchdown.
that second Nick Green touchdown. So while he doesn't have any actual scores, he has so many yards and so many big plays.
Very valuable for the Mustangs.
And single backfield, hands it off to Tomas Lane. Tomas stopped pretty quickly.
Number
Looks
5
like
again.
about a gain of 2. Jackson Lascarades with the stop.
Maybe he got swung forward on the tackle.
Yep.
So that's going to give him 3 yards.
Yeah. So it looks like actually a gain of 4 on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 on their own 39-yard line. Lane in the backfield, pitch to Tomas Lane. Can he bounce it outside? Going to get some yards. Question is when his foot stepped out. McIntyre forced Tomas Lane out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him a bit short of where he...
They must have stepped out early.
Yep. So nonetheless, it's a 3-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Mustangs have been pretty money on 3rd down today. Let's see if they can continue that streak.
Number 2, Karsten Schnurstein, has been their go-to guy.
And it's a handoff to him. Trying to fight forward, but he is not there.
Not this time.
And Northern's absolutely stops the run on that possession, stifling Portage Central's offense. But looks like...
Yeah, this is an interesting spot to be. 4th down and very short.
Yep, 4th and 2 to be exact. Central aggressive. They're going to look to go for it here.
Mm-hmm. Big play here. The
Let's
stands
see.
are shaking.
Tomas Lane in the backfield. Schnurstein in motion, trying to throw Northern off guard. Porter surveying the coverage. Play clock winding down. It's going to be a timeout by the Mustangs.
Mm.
Looked like maybe they were just trying to get the Huskies to jump,
Yeah.
get some free yards. We'll see if they just still decide to go for it after this timeout. Maybe they just didn't like the coverage.
Mm-hmm. Mustangs are doing a good job of chipping away at the clock with very short but solid gains. 4 yards, 3 yards.
Yep. Never really stopping the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think the Mustangs are going to drop on this possible 4th down
I'm
conversion?
not sure. It's very short. But if you have to think that Northern knows exactly what you're going to run. But can they stop it? I don't think they can. I think give the ball to Tomas Lane.
I think a good old triple option, but give it to Tomas Lane would
Mm-hmm.
really help here. I don't really want to see any of the outside stuff.
Yeah. Just get the first. That's all that matters
Yeah.
here.
No, don't need to do any more extra running on that.
Mm-hmm. That's why an outside run, it's just extra work.
It's high risk, high reward, but in this situation, you just need to get that first down
Absolutely.
because you do not want to give Northern good field position within your own
Looks
side
like
of the
they're
field.
gonna go for it.
So they're going to stay going for it, going to stand by their call. See what the formation they line up is in. It's going to be Calhoun out right off the line of scrimmage. 3 in the backfield, Nick Green, Schnurstein, Tomas Lane, triple option formation. And they pitch it to Nick Green, and he is absolutely obliterated by the Portage Northern defense. That's Jaden Walker. And he gave Nick Green absolutely nowhere to go.
He leveled him.
They knew what was coming, and they stopped it.
That's what we were talking about. Outside run that's just extra. You don't need to be doing that.
And Northern was ready for it.
Did not pay off whatsoever.
So now Northern already on Portage Central side of the field. Possible trying to get a 14-point swing to start this second half. And it's going to be a handoff to Warren.
Oh, wow.
But he is lit up by Schnurstein. Possibly frustrated about what he just saw happen on offense.
Picked him up, slammed him down. Wow. Oh, my gosh.
Boom.
Yeah, I think that's right. Some frustration he just let out there on that hit on number 2, Jameer Warren.
So it's going to be about 2nd and 9 on the 37-yard line. Amos hands it off. Let's see. It's Schnurstein again. Unstoppable.
Oh, my gosh.
2 back-to-back plays, and he has just thrown those Husky runners to the ground.
Absolutely. That one, too. Grabbed by the legs. Oh, my gosh. Karsten Schnurstein. Fired up after it, too.
Yep. So now, 3rd and 9. Amos. Once again, trying to throw the Portage Central off sides. Amos takes the snap. Hand off to Von Zell. Von Zell, it's going to be close for the first. Did he get there? We'll see.
Very clearly go for it here.
Von Zell Tyus stopped by Danny Calhoun. Northern quickly getting back to the line of scrimmage. Hand off.
I don't think
Did he get there? It's going to be close. Let's see. Von Zell Tyus jumped across the line, and it looks like Portage Central stopped Northern. Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Back-to-back turnover on downs from both teams. MVP for the Mustang defense on that drive. Karsten Schnurstein. Pretty sure he was in on that one, too.
What did you see on that last play?
Oh, wow. They knew what was coming, and they charged at it. Karsten Schnurstein led the charge. Stuffed it. Barely didn't get it.
Yep. Tyus knew that he only needed a few yards, so he tried to dive for it, but just wasn't enough. Comes up barely short.
Mustangs, you got to capitalize on that one. Big break there, just by a game. It's a game of inches.
Yep. And that's a handoff to Tomas Lane up the middle. Lane, after that first possession of the game where he was absolutely dominant, haven't seen as much since.
But that's not a knock at all. He's getting
absolutely
4 or
not.
5 yards. Very, very, very solid runs.
Central's gone for more of a variety of running backs, whether it's Schnurstein, Green, even Ruthven sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially in those blocking sets. Ruthven, a physical blocker. And this time it's another handoff for Tomas Lane. He's got room. Spins forward for a Mustang first down. Just solid short gain after short gain. Lascarades was able to stop him for getting any more yards, but
Tomas Lane is just so impossible to take down.
truly. Porter under center. Gives it to Green. Green bounces it outside. Going to fall forward to about the 50 or the 46-yard line. Keegan McIntyre comes up with the stop. Gain of 2 for Green. Central dominating the time of possession so far this quarter. Northern has had it for about 3.5 minutes. Central the rest. Lane in the backfield. Porter keeps it, pitches it to Schnurstein. Can Schnurstein get any yards? Not many. Forced out of bounds by McIntyre. Back-to-back plays where McIntyre stops the run. Mustangs forced to another third down.
McIntyre did a great job of keeping the edge, because if Schnurstein hits the edge, it's bound to be a big play. McIntyre did not let it happen. He was the last resort for the Huskies, and he saved them.
Absolutely.
Big third down now.
So, Tomas Lane in the backfield. And they hand it to Tomas Lane, but he is stopped immediately. And so far, I don't know if Portage Northern must have hurt us because they have stifled the run.
Yes, they have. That's got to be like the first bad Tomas run lane of this whole game. But it couldn't come at a bigger time if you're Portage Northern.
They needed that. Central not going to go for it this time. Going to punt it away. Porter the punter. Just an athlete all around. Much better punt this time. It's going to roll out of bounds. Nope. It's going to be fielded at about the 26-yard line. Great punt by Porter. It's going to get Northern in some less than favorable.
But they've proven they can.
Oh, without a doubt.
They've proven they can go long drives. Ooh, Portage Northern. They definitely would like a score here, no doubt.
Don't need one. Would like one.
Because if
It's going to be 2:51 seconds left on the clock when Northern will get the ball back. Amos. Quick throw to Keegan McIntyre. That was the same play they called for the touchdown this time. Ball placed a little in front of McIntyre. Had to dive for it. So not as successful.
yeah, but that's a bit of a good play design there, because then it's a one-on-one with Peyton Porter.
Oh,
if McIntyre
absolutely.
can make the move, and he did that touchdown drive.
Yep.
That touchdown.
Ball placement is so important on screens. This time it's a handoff to Warren. Warren bounces outside. Brought down. Looked like he was almost able to shrug off the hit, keep going.
Nolan Bloomquist and Gruder.
So, Northern gets a fresh set of downs. Handoff to Warren again. Warren tried to cut back right to get some more yards, but just stumbles. But still a great gain.
Warren will check out. Von Zeltias comes in for him.
Jackson Lascarades has done a great job of blocking for Portage Northern today.
Absolutely.
He's a bit of a utility player, can do a lot of what Portage Northern wants. Shifts right. And Von Zeltias not able to get the first down. It's going to force 3rd and 2.
Number 2, Karsten Schnurstein is a freak. He's an animal at that linebacker position.
Tyus had that touchdown, but he's not had a great yardage game other than that. Central has been on top of Von Zeltias rushes today. Central fans up on their feet. 3rd and 2 for Northern. Amos. Tyus. Amos keeper. Not going to get the first down. Going to force a 4th.
Karsten Schnurstein with the tackle there. He's just a tackling machine.
If Portage Central pulls out this win, you hand that game ball to Karsten Schnurstein because he is playing
That's for
like
sure.
no other right now.
On both sides of the ball.
He's been absolutely dominant on defense. Coming up clutch on offense, too.
This is
4th and 2.
This is
Mustang fans up on their feet. Northern looking for a first down.
what is this formation they're running?
Amos deep. punts it away.
Oh, wow.
Looked like they were trying, like almost like they were trying to line up for it to go for it, and
Yeah.
then Amos punts it away.
Guess both quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's
designated
odd.
Punters.
So far today, we've seen Avery Kucharski punting for Northern.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of a surprise punt by Amos.
But Mustang defense with a pretty big stop there. Third quarter is coming to an end.
Besides from that Keegan McIntyre screen to the house, both teams look pretty stagnant on offense so far.
Yeah, second half not going as well as first half was for both teams.
The Central has been winding down the clock on their possessions. They're going to get the ball at their own 25. 9 seconds to play in this third quarter. Likely a rush here will take us to the end of the half, or end of the quarter. It's a handoff to Tomas Lane, and he's going to have a good rush here. Going to get to about the 32-yard line. That's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Mustangs up 29-22, going into a important fourth quarter. Rivalry game. Both teams undefeated in the SMAC. Northern 6-0 going into this game. Considered the favorites by many. Central, not underdogs because, man, they're 5-1, also undefeated in SMAC play. Both clash of the Titans today.
Two very good teams.
Maybe this could be a make-or-break game for the SMAC in general.
Yeah, big conference game.
The importance of this game cannot be stated enough. So going into this fourth quarter, what do both teams need to do, David?
Well, obviously Northern needs to score. They're down. They're down by a touchdown. They don't have the ball right now. But it's unfortunate their offense hasn't really seen any bright spots in this second half. So that is subject to change. Portage Central trying to keep their mindset, chew the clock. They've been doing great, and they did that great in the third quarter. They just have to repeat it. 12 more minutes of this gigantic rivalry game.
We talked about it from the beginning. Central cannot get complacent in the second half. Scoreless in the third quarter. They have the ball to start this fourth quarter. You got to think this would be a statement drive for the Mustangs.
I'm getting flashbacks from last year. This is almost exact situation. They were up by a similar score too. They just want a different result.
New year. New teams. Porter drops back to pass.
He's got Green.
He's got Nick Green. Overthrows him, though.
He was hit as he threw.
Number
5.
Jackson. Laskerades. And the pocket was just collapsing around Porter. Knew he had to get the ball out. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 to go to the 35-yard line would be the line to get to. 3rd and 4. Huskies have stopped the run so far.
They're loading that box.
Loading the box for sure. They give it to Green. Green, not even close.
Jackson. Oh my gosh. He's the Karsten of Portage Northern. Just tackle machines. Just have a knack for the football.
All right, so Central is going to elect to punt here. I think going for it in this situation is just too risky. Ruthven, the long snapper, going to snap it to Porter, and just not the drive that Central needed here.
Not at all. Defense has been playing great, though, this second half. They've been very stout, so you shouldn't be too worried if you're the Mustangs.
Aside from that one Keegan McIntyre screen, they have been locked down. So, snap to Porter. Porter's punt. Low.
Good bounce.
Good roll. Good bounce. Out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
Okay.
Nope, let's say the 39. So, Northern going to have some favorable field position to start this drive. Down by 7. 11:04 to play in this all-important fourth quarter. Now, season not on the line for either of these teams. Both are comfortably on track to make the playoffs with a pretty high seed. but to win the smack would be so important. Amos hands it off. Warren
got room.
got room. One more. If he made one more defender miss, he would have had nothing but green in front of him.
Yeah. That's a really good start to this Husky drive.
Yep, it's going to be second and short here. Looks like 2nd and 1 at the 48-yard line. Line to gain is the 50. Amos takes the snap, hands it off. Warren, it's going to be close. Did he cross the plane? And looks like the rest are going to signal them to move the chains.
Schnurstein again involved in that tackle.
Barely gets there, but they got there. So they're on the 50 exactly. 1st and 10. Warren, the running back. McIntyre out right. Oh, McIntyre out left. Amos hands it off to Warren again. This time, guess who it is? Boom! Karsten Schnurstein. He's back.
He's a defensive monster. Huskies need to block him.
Unstoppable second half from Karsten Schnurstein on the defensive end of the ball.
My gosh, at the middle linebacker position, he reads the field. He knows where the ball's going to go before it even goes there.
Northern, 2nd and 11. Amos looking to pass. Gets it off. That's going to be to Billy Hughes. Billy Hughes fights forward, taking down hard, but he'll get that first down.
Alex Tangeman, the slam tackle there.
And aside from that Karsten Schnurstein tackle, Northern moving the chains.
Yeah, they're slowly chipping away.
Doing it in a variety of ways on this drive. Vonzel Tyus in the backfield now. Amos takes a snap, hands it off to Tyus. Tyus stopped immediately.
Nothing.
Oh, and guess who was there again?
Karsten Schnurstein,
You
number
bet.
2.
As well as Danny Calhoun was there. Looked like Daniel Wesolowski was there. Just 3 Mustangs.
Yeah, Vonzel Tyus has not found a ton of success tonight.
Had that touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but on the yardage just hasn't really been getting there. Amos going to hand it off to Vonzel again. This time stumbling forward. More successful than last time, but still not many yards.
I think he got most of those yards on his stumble.
Yeah. He's kind of had balance issues tonight.
Maybe.
Stumbling.
Because Warren's he's been doing fine.
Alex Tangerman, Max Winchester come up with that tackle.
Nice, brings up a big 3rd down.
Mustang fans on their feet.
Tyus is lining up as a slot receiver.
3rd and 7 on the Mustang 37-yard line. Amos, low snap, takes it, finds his route. It's Vonzel Tyus.
Contact,
no flag on the play. Northern fans thought that might have been PI. Refs don't see the same thing. 4th down.
Maybe that's just great timing. Defensive backs.
Yep, you called out Tyus in the slot. That's where they looked. So,
What a huge
4th
down.
and 7. Fans stomping their feet, getting loud.
Wow.
Braylon Amos lined up in the backfield with Vonzel Tyus. Billy Hughes out right. Amos drops back to pass, trying to find something. Tries to force it into Billy Hughes. It's not there. Bad throw by Amos. Mustangs force the incompletion, and it's going to be 1st down for the Mustangs.
I don't think he even had anything. His target was Billy Hughes. That was not very open. He had to put it in a perfect spot if he wanted to catch it.
Yep.
Mustang secondary comes up big, comes up clutch.
Dare I say, no-fly zone.
No-fly zone, one of our keys at the beginning of the game.
So, Portage Central They're going to look to chew the clock here and put some points on the board, try to put this game out of reach. That's a handoff to Lane, bounces off the defender, takes it back out right. He's got room. Tomas Lane to the 40, the 30, blocked down at the 25-yard line. Tomas Lane making it look easy.
He bounced off a tackler, didn't see it. It was wide open on the right side of the field.
And that's exactly what the Portage Central offense needed. The Mustangs gallop to another first down. Ruthven onto the field.
Tomas Lane coming in so clutch for the Mustangs.
Time ticking. Schnurstein, Ruthven lined up in the backfield. It's going to be Porter under center. Ruthven shifts, Green shifts. It's going to be handoff to Schnurstein. Falls forward.
Solid run.
Looks like it was actually Peyton Ruthven with the carry. Oh, but flag on the play. It's going to be a legal shift. Looks like he was on Nick Green before the snap. He shifted back left. So that's going to send the Mustangs back pretty far.
Oh, wow. Now, rain has stopped here. Still chilly weather, but
Chilly, still pretty wet out there.
ball might not be as slippery. Maybe that's why Northern is really trying to use their passing game.
All right, 1st and 15 on the 30-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Peyton Ruthven, good gain.
Power back. Just right up the middle. Doesn't care who comes at him.
Tomas Lane on the sideline right now. Ruthven, no problem.
Not at all.
This is going to be 2nd down.
Maybe 8, 9.
8 to go on the 23-yard line. This will be Ruthven, the lone back in the backfield. Schnurstein fakes it. Porter pitches it, gets it off. Can Nick Green get any positive yardage? Not quite.
Very fortunate to even get the pitch off.
Yeah, could have been a bad fumble.
Yeah, Peyton Porter seemed to be wrapped up about 75% of the way.
That's risky.
Yeah.
He got it off that time. But that was a loss of 3 by the Mustangs. Makes it 3rd and 11. Definitely in 4th down territory, no doubt. On the Huskies 26. Looks like Lane going to be checked back into the game for this possession. Or for this play. And
Keeper.
Porter sends it to Lane. Lane going to get the first down. Down inside the 20, inside the 15. Porter rolls out right. Finds a wide open Tomas Lane. And that's what the Mustangs need.
Peyton Porter had a man in his face. He couldn't see. I don't know how he saw Tomas Lane out there. Put some nice loft and touch on the ball.
Makes it easy to catch.
Very easy
in
to
wet
catch.
conditions. That's what you need. You don't need to sling it.
Wow, big pickup there.
So Porter gives it to Lane up the middle. Lane stopped. Not many yards to work with. That's going to be a loss.
Number 4, Jaden Walker, tackle for loss. You know, every time I look at this clock, it's just so much less time.
Northern does have 3 timeouts. Central with only 2.
I feel like a touchdown is a nail in the coffin.
So, in the backfield, triple option formation. And this time they give it to Nick Green. Nick Green fighting forward. Going to get a considerable amount of yardage there. Bates McCullough stopped Green on that carry. It's going to be 3rd and 7 on the 10-yard line, without a doubt. 4th down territory. Maybe they'd elect to kick it to force a 2-possession game.
Field goal will be very valuable.
Yep, playbook is open for the Mustangs right now. Trying to get 2. The 3-yard line. Porter rolls out. Can he get there? No. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th down. Let's see what Portage. I think, in my mind, you got to kick it.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do.
But going back to that last play, looking at it from the booth, they didn't look like there was any receivers. I think that was a designed quarterback run.
Yeah. Tried to send it out right, but just wasn't there. Sean Myers.
Big kick.
Big kick. Pressure on. Ruthven the holder.
No, the
snapper. The kick is up by Sean Myers. And the kick is good. Portage Central forces a 2-possession game.
With under 3 minutes left, it's really hard to score.
Sean Myers in a big situation. Iron sharpens iron there. Sean Myers able to come up with the big kick, give Portage Central a 10-point lead.
Wow, Northern. They need to score, and they need to score fast. 3 timeouts, so they're good there.
Their passing game has been okay.
It's been okay, but it's been lackluster. Yes, it's been okay, but
Their biggest pass play was that screen.
They have so many threats at the receiver position. Jaden Walker with 331 yards on the season with 4 touchdowns as well. Just many threats. Billy Hughes, 141. Keegan McIntyre, 283 yards. So many receiving threats. But in this game, haven't really shown up.
This game has been up and down for Portage Central. The first half, all ups. Second half, not as many.
Not as many. But they've been solid.
This game's been full of up and downs for everyone. Northern has had their ups, their big plays, but they've also had their turnovers. Their not completed 4th down conversions.
Yeah.
Hey, even us.
Yeah.
We had our ups and downs.
Yeah. Technical difficulties kept us from calling a very exhilarating second quarter.
But what's in common with us and Portage Central? We fought back. Northern trying to add their name to the list that fought back.
Yeah, but given the situation, it's going to be hard.
It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible.
Now, the very key defensive players to watch out for, Karsten Schnurstein. We always talk about tackle machine. Gavin Gruder holding down the secondary.
Absolutely.
Has his hands full. Guard number 4, Walker.
Amos, empty backfield. Takes the snap. Looking for something. Fires it in to Billy Hughes. Billy Hughes to the 50. Out of bounds at about the 53-yard line.
Wow, he shot that in there.
Hughes ran a crosser.
Yeah, he shot it in there, but also put it right on the numbers.
Right on the money. Amos not had the game he's wanted from the passing side. Had that pick in the first half. Looking to come up big when his team needs it. Going to line up with an empty backfield again. Trips left. He's going to find Jaden Walker. Oh, catchable pass for Jaden Walker. Looks like Gavin Gruder might have tipped it in the air, made it wobble.
Yeah, I think Gavin Gruder was able to implement him so much into that pass. Jaden Walker couldn't locate it because that was right on his hands.
And we know Jaden Walker's capable of those
catch
plays.
That. Gavin Gruder,
big play. Because what was otherwise a perfect ball. Almost caught it even with the contact.
Yeah. Third down.
3rd and 2. We'll see what Northern elects to do here. Looks like they're lining up empty backfield again. Amos keeps it. It's going to be close. Did he get the first? It's going to be very, very close.
met by Alex Tangeman, even if he gets it. Oh,
He got it.
Alex Tangeman, though, quick
Yep.
to read the draw play.
Northern has to hurry up. Time is still ticking down. Amos keeps the game alive, but they got to go.
Yeah, Northern takes a while to call their plays, which is going to shoot them in the foot.
Amos takes the snap, looking for his completion. Rolls out right, tries to fire it in. Incomplete. Intended target, Jaden Walker. That's 2 drops by Jaden Walker.
Gosh, that was good, too. Great ball.
And stops the clock, 2nd and 10.
Oh, man, Jaden Walker. Big drop there. Does stop the clock. That is a positive.
So it's going to be 2 minutes, 7 seconds to play. 2nd and 10 on the Mustangs' 46-yard line. Jaden Walker. Braylon Amos rolls out right, pressured immediately, has to throw it away. Schnurstein, Tangeman, just there immediately. Had nowhere to go with the ball. Forces 3rd and 10.
Schnurstein screamed in there. I think he was unblocked. Tangeman got off the block to really just try and run down Amos. Led to the throwaway, the must throwaway.
Times getting desperate for the Portage Northern Huskies.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to play. Amos takes the snap, drops back. Schnurstein unpressured, caught by Warren. Warren trying to make a play, gets a couple of yards.
Max Winchester on the rundown to get him by the ankles.
Max Winchester comes up absolutely clutch.
Did not give up.
Time still ticking for Northern. It's going to be 4th down. Game is now. Amos, low snap, rolls, can't get the pass off. Oh, brought down, sacked. Portage Central takes down Braylon Amos. And the game might have just been sealed.
Alex Tangeman beat the O tackle and then was reaching out there for Braylon. Was grabbed by the shoulder pad to sling him down.
The wingspan of Tangeman on display rips Amos to the ground.
Like you said, I think that'll do it. Timeout. Portage Central.
Portage Central on the verge of a absolutely massive rivalry win. Portage Northern fans filing out of the student section. They think their team just gave it up.
The home crowd went crazy on that last sack. Alex Tangeman won the Mustangs this game.
Northern fans lining up to leave.
Yeah,
Central fans lining up to rush the field. Emotions were high tonight. 1 minute and 29 seconds on the clock. Central looking to salt this one away with a couple of runs.
Even if Northern gets it back, that's a 2-possession game.
Looking to make up for the squandered win last season at Northern. They came back today and they looked dominant.
Just about everything worked for them, both sides of the ball.
Porter hands it off to Schnurstein. Schnurstein falls forward. Bates McCullough gets the stop, but it does not matter. Looks like Northern will use a timeout. Their first of 3. Huskies trying to do whatever they can to try to put themselves in this game, but it's just not looking good.
Not at all. Mustangs need a first down, and then that'll do it.
Emotions were high tonight from both teams. Karsten Schnurstein disappointed in an offensive possession. He goes out just turns into an absolute villain on defense.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, absolutely evil
Seems like
stuff from Karsten Surstein
every
today.
tackle he was involved in some way, shape, or form. He was very frustrated.
Tomas Lane with the absolutely crucial run to put Portage Central in field goal position. He gets the carry here. Not many yards, so Portage Northern will likely use their second timeout now. Top performers today, without a doubt, one of them has to be near the top of the list. Gavin Gruder.
Absolutely. On that defense, that turnover, it didn't lead to anything, but it meant something to the Mustangs. It showed them that their defense can and will stay with this high-powered Husky offense.
The interception in the end zone. The touchdown. And in what was one of the biggest plays of the game, tips the ball, makes it a very hard catch for Jaden Walker to make.
Because that ball is on the money. If Gavin Gruder's not there, if he's a step behind, that's a touchdown. And that completely changes this game.
Another person we'd like to highlight, Alex Tangeman, had been absolutely crucial on defensive pressure all day. And he made the play of the game, in my opinion. He was the reason for the defense on that last.
Yeah, he might have saved the game. He got the sack.
Absolutely. So, 3rd down and 7 on the Northern 45. Porter keeps it. Fall forward. So it's gonna be 4th down. Huskies fourth down. Let's see.
That's gonna cost the Huskies their last timeout, making it even harder for them to establish a comeback.
Let's see if Central just tries to go for it here. Doesn't want to put the ball back in the hands of Northern at all. Peyton Porter, another great performer today.
Sad.
Just commands this offense so well with running the triple option. Usually he's so good at finding what the right decision is in that situation.
Yeah. On his touchdown run, within a millisecond,
he was up the middle.
He knew it.
Headed for the end zone.
And I don't think that was a design run because there were routes.
No, he was looking.
But
he saw nothing.
That quick decision.
Absolutely.
And then the touchdown pass, another quick decision. He knew, okay, I'm going to throw this, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Absolutely. Nick Green came up with so many first downs in short yardage situations.
Now it's 4th down, about 5. They get it. It's game.
Daniel Wesolowski as well on the defense.
Yeah.
The whole O-line making all the running room in the world for Portage Central's running backs. Play whistled dead before. Looks like Portage Central going to call a timeout. That would be the last timeout. No one has any timeouts left. Looks like Central probably didn't like what they saw on that possible attempt, so they're going to go back to the drawing board here.
Yeah, that's a good call because you would really want this first down. So if you don't like the look of something, run it, rethink it over, because you want this first down. Portage Northern student section has now whittled down
to just about a few.
Yeah. As the Mustang student section is lined up all on the track.
They're ready to congratulate their Portage Central football team
on an incredible rival win. A pretty dominant rivalry win, too.
Yep.
The battle for Portage.
Peyton Porter under center. One back. Gives it up. Hands off to Karsten Surstein. Down the sideline. Slides it down. Portage Central gets the first. And that is great sportsmanship.
What a play call. That's something Northern has not seen all game.
Looks like it was just going to be a run up the middle. Karsten Surstein comes from the left side of the field out of nowhere. Hand off to him around the right side.
Burst of speed.
Could have had a touchdown if he wanted.
He could have, if he really wanted
great
to.
sportsmanship by Karsten Surstein to slide. No need to
to score, because then you just end the game sooner. Just unnecessary score. Wait.
And Portage Central putting the subs in.
I think there was a penalty on that play. We didn't hear what the penalty was.
Didn't even see a flag.
Oh my gosh.
Scratch all of what we just said.
Oh my gosh.
Portage Central's punting. 4th and 13. A minute and 13 on the clock.
That is.
Punt nearly blocked. Gets it off cleanly. Out of bounds.
Pretty solid punt there.
So, Northern going to have to make some magic, but I'm just not sure what happened.
We didn't hear anything either.
We didn't hear,
We didn't
see
see a flag.
until I see that. I thought it was the subs coming in. I mean,
I only knew because I saw the line judge have the 4, not the 1.
yeah. So not sure what happened there,
That is
but
interesting.
regardless, results in Northern getting the ball back, 1:07 to play, 0 timeouts. They're going to have some magic here.
Yeah.
Amos takes the snap, drops back, fires it, and that's complete.
What a catch.
Looks like that was to Keegan McIntyre. Northern got to hurry, though.
Great catch.
Time still ticking. Oh, looks like actually they got it. Time stopped. So that's a
For now, it's because they got the first
yep,
down.
absolutely. So now Amos drops up to pass again, fires it.
Oh, that looked like it touched the ground.
Might have touched the ground. Not many yards. Amos's pass to Jaden Walker. That play more harms you than helps
Yeah,
you in that
really.
situation. And they spiked the
'Cause
ball.
now you have to waste it down.
Yep.
And one of our keys were don't waste possessions. And this one, it's most likely their last possession. I think that Jaden Walker pass might have touched the ground there, but they're just moving too fast. The refs can't call it.
Okay. McIntyre. Hughes out left. Vonzel Tyus. Slot receiver. Amos. Low snap. Quick shot.
Keep him in bounds.
And he gets out of bounds. The pass to Jaden Walker there. But that wasted time. It's going to be 33 seconds on the clock. Northern's going to have to push the ball even further down the field.
Yeah, it's
Not looking good, to be
they're
honest.
just doing these quick passes. Maybe they're trying to establish a deep pass. Maybe on this play,
But the central pass rush has been getting to him.
just like
Amos steps up, slings it. Oh! It's going to be a pass interference call on Nolan Bloomquist.
that's so unfortunate for the defensive back. One of the hardest positions in
Yeah.
the game.
He put his hands up, but was just made it almost impossible for the wide receiver to catch the ball. Central fans are not happy with that.
No, they aren't.
So Northern is going to be on the 30-yard line now. That took off about 7 seconds off the clock. So Walker, Hughes, McIntyre, the receivers, Amos trying to find anyone, pressured by Schnurstein. Schnurstein trips his ankles.
What a catch!
Last came down with that.
He got both feet in there.
Only need one.
The extension.
I can't believe he got that.
Wow. But don't discredit Karsten Schnurstein screaming through the O-line to get the pressure to cause such a wobbly pass. It's just a great play.
Yep. Okay. Trips left. Walker right.
Whoa.
Bad snap. Amos falls
He's
on.
down.
He's down.
Oh, wow. Clock's going to go.
They gotta clock it. They're running out of time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. They're going for it. No matter what happens here, Central wins. Picked off by Peyton Porter, and the Portage Central Mustangs will do it. last year defeated at Portage Northern. This year, Central dominates Northern in what is one of the most important rivalry games of recent decades.
Portage Central versus Portage Northern. It's a SMAC conference. It's huge. Both teams
4-0 going into this game.
Both teams
Northern undefeated.
so good.
Central 5-1. This is one of the most important games you'll ever see. Game of the season for Central. They played their hearts out today. Northern they tried their best
came
today.
up short.
Came up short. So Northern handed their first loss of the season by crosstown rival,
And it's-
the Portage Central Mustangs.
It's gonna sting, losing to your rival. You want to silence the crowd.
Central takes sole position of first place in the SMAC conference after beating Portage Northern. Portage Central
There go
moves
the
to
fans.
6-1. The fans rush the field, embracing their team for the absolute win, dominant win that they just pulled off.
Oh wow.
Central moves to 6-1, 5-0 in SMAC play. Northern falls to 6-1, same record, but 4-1 in SMAC play. Big game for Central. What a game!
That was such a good game. Even though Portage Central seemed to have the game pretty much in their grasp most of the time, it was still intense. There was still a chance, a possibility, but a miracle for Portage Northern did not happen tonight.
Central dominated on both sides of the ball with the run game, on offense, the great tackling and pass rush on defense. They dominated the trenches, created a no-fly zone, and they stayed aggressive the whole game.
Yes, they
that were
did.
their keys to winning. They did it today. David, anything you'd like to add?
Wow, Portage Central played what I would say a flawless game. Just because there's 22 points on the board for Portage Northern, that doesn't mean Portage Central didn't play a almost perfect game. Offense, defense, tackled well. Their game plan is run the ball, and that's what they did. And they did it great. They did it efficiently too.
To perfection. Everyone on this Portage Central team should absolutely be so proud of themselves. They played their hearts out tonight. And Portage Northern, they played their hearts out too. They're a great team.
Yeah. This loss does not define their season.
No, they're a great team. They're still 6-1.
Yeah, absolutely. They will
Locked
be,
into the playoffs
they
already.
will be there for the playoffs.
So, what a game. Thanks for tuning in to this exclusive rivalry coverage of Mustang Varsity Football. This is David and I's last time calling Portage Central football in our high school career, and we just wanted to thank everyone who ever watched one of these games or supported us in any way. We'll be back for basketball season, but in the meantime, PCTV will be back in 2 weeks with coverage on PC's last game of the regular season against the Lakeshore Lancers, in what's destined to be a fantastic game. For me and my partner, David Bibler, and the rest of the PCTV crew, I'm Karsten Cooper, saying goodnight and go Mustangs.